Hello, I'm Drunkard Ninja, and this is my walkthrough for Valkyria Chronicles, the second playable report, War Without Weapons. This is the Rosie mission, and it is unlocked after beating the 13th chapter. And then you go to the Castle Front Street and purchase that from Ellet, and I think it's before chapter 12 or something if you go back a couple pages. In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat the level in 3 turns, achieving an A ranking and picking up the ace weapon along the way. A couple of prerequisites for this level. The first being that, at least in my case, we're only going to be using scouts and shock troopers, and mine are level 14, just so you're aware. The weapons I've chosen for both of them, the whole time I've been going with the damage boosting ones for all of my units. At this point, you can, for your shock troopers, go with the clip up version, which I'll be switching to after this because it is a better weapon. But for the purposes of this video, I am going to stick with the damage one in case you don't have enough money to level up the clip bonus one. Another prerequisite is Alicia needs to be in a specific place to start the mission, and one of the shock troopers needs the upgraded flamethrower. The regular flamethrower at this point does not do enough damage to kill units that are hiding in cover, and we need that because in this mission pretty much every unit is in cover, and I'll switch the map right now to show you that. So here's the unit placement. And on this entire map, with the exception of the 2 tanks, this Lancer, and this Sniper, every single one of these units is hidden in grass. And so that's why the upgraded flamethrower is necessary to kill them in 1 hit. Otherwise, it takes 2 hits for pretty much any of these shock troopers, and that's if they don't shoot you first. Every one of them has, all of the enemy units have the negative buff weapons on. So if one of them shoots you, if a sniper shoots you, it's decreased accuracy. If a shock trooper shoots you, it is decreased damage, which makes this level very difficult, and we're going to have to kind of be a little stealthy about it. There's also an enemy ace in this level, Fujmont the Edge, and upon killing him, which we'll do in this video, you'll receive an even better flamethrower, the FW2G, which just does more damage than the 1G. And it's actually the best one in the game. So after beating this, put that on the shock trooper you use the most. As I said, we're going to beat this level in 3 turns. I think you can do it in 4 and still achieve the A ranking, but might as well just do it in 3 because you can. The point of this mission, there's no base except yours. If you lose it, then you lose, but you have both your tanks defending it, so none of the enemy's going to get there. The way you lose is, so the point is to kill them all and not let them escape. There are 3 escape points, this one at the top, this one in the bottom left, and this one behind your base in the bottom right, which, as I mentioned with the tanks, they'll never get to. There's kind of a midpoint to this game. You have to kill a certain number of units before any of these hidden ones will start running. I forget, it's either you have to kill 7 or 8 units on the map before they all come out of cover and start running for these extraction points. So for the first round, what we're going to do, as I mentioned with the flamethrower and Alicia, so you need Alicia to start here in the base, and then the one with the better flamethrower, you're going to start them here behind the tank. This is important to their movements later on, which I'm going to start explaining now. So for the very first move, we're going to use a scout over here. And I guess I should jump in before I get started. What you need for this level are 2 shock troopers, these 2 here, Alicia, and another scout. We're pretty much not going to use any other. We'll use Rosie at the very end, and you have no choice where she goes. She's auto set right here. We'll use her just cuz, but you could use another scout or this guy. doesn't really matter. Anyways, first move, first turn, we have 9 command points. So first move, we're going to take this scout, get some vision on this shock trooper, kill this sniper, and then we're going to take cover behind these barricades. Really what they're doing is guarding this exit for the second round that the enemies is going to be moving on. We just want these extraction points covered just in case. And we're also taking cover behind these barricades because these tanks, for some reason, tend to try and shoot this this scout, and they have ridiculous accuracy and tend to hit you in the head and you go down. So not terribly important because honestly no one's really going to get there, but you know, just little heads up there. Next move, what we're going to do is use Alicia, and the reason I've selected Alicia for this is that she has better accuracy than any of your other scouts at this point. It's just a natural ability from beating the 13th chapter. It's part of her storyline. So at this point she has a way easier time killing the unit she needs to kill, because those are going to be at a slightly greater distance than normal in this playthrough. So for her turn, what we're going to do is run around the tank, skirt this edge here because we want to get vision of these 2 units, but then we're going to ignore them, move in this direction, take out this Lancer. That sniper's gone at this point. Once that Lancer's gone, we're going to run around this tree. This is a big tree. Run past these shock troopers. That's why they're pointing this direction when I took the screenshot. And end our turn once we're out of movement. The second turn, we're going to use her again, and we're going to hide in this grass and huck a grenade at this Lancer to knock him out of cover. As I mentioned, none of the units really move until a certain point, which is that 7 or 8 kill mark, except the Lancers and the Snipers. They're the only ones who will move and try and take out your unit. So in this first round, we're aiming for those 4, the 2 Lancers and the 2 Snipers, because none of the shock troopers will do anything. The tanks will do a little bit, but they'll only move once. So once we're in the grass, we'll huck a grenade, knock him out of cover, and once he's out of cover, end our turn. And then we're going to use the third turn to eliminate that Lancer. At this point, we're done with Alicia. For the next move, we're going to use this shock trooper with the better flamethrower, and their goal is to take out these 2 shock troopers in 1 hit. You can do it in 2, and I try and do that in my video just to show you can, but you can hit both of them with 1 swing of the flamethrower. So their path is going to be similar, but we're going to cut over here because they can't make it to these shock troopers in 1 move. So along the way, we're going to huck a grenade at this shock trooper to knock him out of cover and hopefully not get shot doing it. And we're going to end our move about here, and then we're going to use them a second time to get this grass and hide, take out these 2 shock troopers, and then take up position over here for our second turn. At this point, we're going to use the second shock trooper, and this shock trooper's attention is going to be this way. The sniper won't shoot you because he's a sniper, and what we're going to do is run up and take out these 2 units in 2 turns and finish over here, setting up for our third and final turn. We should use all 9 movements at this point, so we'll end our turn. Since we've eliminated the 4 units that will try and shoot at our troops, what will happen is the enemy tank's going to come around here. If he's got a bead on your scout, he'll shoot it at that scout. If not, he'll shoot at the Shamrock. Won't kill it. Not a big deal. And this tank will also move forward. Won't have a bead on either of your tanks, but if he's got one on the scout, he'll take a shot at the scout. Otherwise, he'll just end his turn. Second turn, what we're going to do is very first thing is our shock trooper with the upgraded flamethrower. We're going to use the order damage boost because we're going to use them to take out these 2 tanks. So once they're damage boosted, we'll move them over here, take out the tank, which is actually here in the turn. Use them a second time to take out this tank, which is over here somewhere. And then we're going to take up position over here to take out this enemy shock trooper. Before we do that, we got to knock him out of cover, which we'll use Alicia's Rand Greaser. Knock him out of cover, end her turn as soon as that's done, and then use this shock trooper to eliminate the ace. I kind of skipped ahead there. Once we kill this tank, that should be our 7 units, and you'll get a video, and that'll let you know that the enemy's going to start moving for these extraction points. So once we take out the ace, we want this shock trooper in a position so that any of these enemy units escaping this direction, they'll shoot at them so they don't, end the level for us. But once all those units are eliminated, that's really all you've got to do this round, which is I'll just quit at that point for that reason. And all of these other shock troopers will start moving to the exits. These two over here will go this direction, aiming for this extraction point. This one, and these two will go this direction, while this one will head to your tank and get shot a bit, but usually doesn't die. On that second turn, we ended and early, so we should have about 3 command points left over. And at this point, it's just mop up. And most of it we're going to use this shock trooper for that we left over here. The one that ran this way, I usually just use Rosie to take him out, and then the one over here, you pretty much just use 4 times. You follow this path and just take out all 4 with your machine gun. Because if you use the flamethrower, it takes 2 hits because they don't have the upgraded one. So if you just shoot them one at a time, that way they all go down and you don't take damage, possibly die, and get the damage reduction thing. Once they're all out of the way, the scout that we have hanging out over here, if they're still alive, just use them to take out the last 2 shock troopers, and then at that point it should be mission accomplished. If this scout happened to go down while the tanks were doing their thing, we do have a backup just in case. So you can use them and they can get far enough forward to kill these 2 in 2 moves as well. That's pretty much the mission plan in a nutshell, so let's jump right now to the actual mission. Alright, here's the actual mission. To start things off, we're going to use the left scout.
Right, here I go.
And we're going to take out that sniper on the left.
I see one.
Keep that cover fire coming.
Careful not to get shot by that shock trooper you spot.
Perfect.
Man down. Everybody be
And then
careful.
with the sniper out of the way, you're going to take up position behind these barricades. What you're trying to do is make it so the tanks don't have line of sight on you, because they tend to shoot at this scout for some reason. If they do. Next, we're going to use Alicia, the scout in the base.
My turn, okay?
And we're going to get to this edge so
Enemy
we can
unit
see
spotted.
these 2 hidden units. Head for this hole in the tree.
Lock on.
When you get about here, you're going to take out the Lancer.
Don't even think of dodging. Now! Don't get pinned down.
Get the Lancer out of the way, you'll get a short video from the enemy because you've killed 2
Enemy unit
units.
spotted. Enemy sighted.
So here, we're just going to run
Enemy
past
sighted.
the shock troopers, ending our turn when we're out of movement. Select Alicia
turn,
a second
okay?
time. And you're going to want to switch to your grenade. We're going to take out
Enemy
this
unit
Lancer.
spotted. Think you can stop me?
Not sure why I got that perk, but you're going to throw your grenade on the other side of them. You're trying to knock them as close as possible because taking damage from those shock troopers on the hill reduces your damage. And it takes all 7 shots to the head to kill them. So you got really close, so select him again. And now there's no way to miss.
Don't even think of dodging.
Even less chance of us missing.
I expect results from all of you. Just keep up this pace.
Okay. With him out of the way, crawl your way over here. On our second round, we're going to use the Randgreaser to knock that ace out of cover. Alright, at this point we are done with scouts. We're switching to shock troopers now. So select the one on the right
I'll do my very
first.
best.
And switch to your grenade. And what you want to do is knock this shock trooper out of cover, and you want him to go to the left so that rock's in the way so he can't shoot you.
Prevent them from reaching
Once
that
he's up,
village.
head for the tree.
I'll do my
Select
very
the shock
best.
trooper again. This time switch to your flamethrower. And you don't want to get too close because you want to take them both out in one sweep. So you'll see you're close enough to hit them both. You get them both in the crosshair here.
Here goes.
And they both go down.
Awaiting orders.
You'll get another video since we've taken out 5 units. And I'm just positioning so I'm closer to the tank for our second round. At this point we're done with that shock trooper, so we're going to select the other one.
Just try to stop me.
Or you could use Rosie, doesn't really matter.
Every last one of you imps.
And we're going to finish off the shock trooper.
Next.
I'm impressed, but not surprised.
And we're going to position ourselves about here. We want to be in flamethrower range. But we're heading this direction
Just be calm and get it
afterwards,
done.
so...
Just try to stop me.
Select them again. Switch to the flamethrower. And take out that sniper.
Who are these guys?
And then we're going to head down this trench. And around this corner, there is a shock trooper in that grass. So we don't want to... One, we don't want to be shot by them. And when they move, when the enemy starts going to the
All units,
extraction
check your current
points, we don't
position.
want to shoot them either. So turn the other way. But just get yourself as close to this side as possible. At this point, we are done with this turn, so we're going to save our extra command point. You can use defend boost on this unit if you want, just in case they don't take any damage, but none of the hidden shock troopers are going to get up and do anything. The only ones that will do something are the tanks. So at this point, I'm going to end the first turn. Alright, since we took out all the snipers and lancers, they're the only units who will move. All the shock troopers stay hidden. All that happened is this tank moved forward, this tank moved forward, and took a shot at the Shamrock, doing some damage. So for the second turn, first thing you do, issue the order damage boost to the shock trooper hiding over here. And we're going to use
Taking
them to
action
take
now.
out the 2 enemy tanks. So start by going for the one that's up on the hill here. And you'll notice it only takes 5 shots to take out the tank now.
Awaiting orders.
By destroying that tank, that puts us at our 8 unit limit. So you'll get a short video
Medic!
that
Medic!
shows that they're going to start heading for those extraction points, which we have guarded. So just move yourself so that you're closer to this tank to take a shot at it.
Taking action now. Here goes. Awaiting orders.
Man down.
And
Everybody be
then to
careful.
finish things off, we're going to get that shock trooper's
I'll show you
attention.
real shock.
And then
Their total number
put
is
ourselves over here to take him out once we knock him out of cover
Line
with
out.
the scout. Switch to your Ram Greaser. You're going to want to aim on the far side of him to knock him this way. It just gives your shock trooper a clearer shot. He won't be able to shoot you because you're hiding. But that's really all you need the scout for. So just end your turn. Switch
I'll
back
do my
to
very
the
best.
shock trooper. And take out the enemy ace.
Here goes. Awaiting orders.
Enemy unit neutralized.
And then just kind of point yourself this direction. This is where most of the
Get ready for
enemy
this,
shock troopers are
soldiers.
going to come down. 2 of them are going to try and go up that ramp. 4 of them are going to
never
try
know
and
where
come
they're
this
hiding.
way. If they get too far, you'll start shooting at them and they'll
total number is
stop
unknown.
earlier. That helps to bunch them up. So just kind of point in that direction. And at this point, we are done with round 2. As a precaution, though, I am just going to use the all units defend boost because we'll have plenty of command points for the 3rd round. This is totally case by case, but you're going to have like 5 extra moves anyways, so might as well. Once you have the defense boost, just end your phase. Alright, as you can see, the 7 remaining shock troopers all came out of cover. 2 of them, as I said, went this way. 4 of them went this way. And you can see, because of our shock trooper positioning, they are all looking that way at that shock trooper. And the 3rd one went this way towards the enemy tank. Not the enemy tank, our tank. So to start things off, this unit is crucial. So first, going to do the attack boost order. And then we're going to select them and take out
Just
the
try to stop me.
4 to the north. You want to start with the single one.
Lines made.
Die, die, die! Next.
Who are these guys?
Alright, and then head for the other 3, end your turn.
Get ready to die, imps.
And then you'll see if you use your flamethrower, it takes 2 hits. So what we're going to do instead is just shoot them individually.
Scream for me.
And the reason for this is that
Next.
because they won't go down one hit, they'll turn around and give you the damage reduction. So this way, killing them one at a time,
Just try to
that
stop
doesn't
me.
happen, and you don't potentially lose this unit. You could defense boost beforehand if you want to avoid that, but as I mentioned, we're going to have plenty of moves. Like, we're going to have about
Just try
3
to
left
stop me.
over. And once all these shock troopers are gone, we are done with our shock troopers. We'll just be using scouts at this point.
Next.
Okay, next. Oh, I forgot about that one. Let's just use Rosie
Let's
for
do this
that.
thing.
Alright, just stick close to the Edelweiss so the damage reduction thing doesn't
Just try
matter,
dodging me.
I'll cover you.
because he'll help out and it'll definitely go down.
Maintain your lines.
Enemy unit.
And now for the last 2 turns, we're just going to use our scout over here
No problem, boss.
for some mop-up duty. You don't want to get too close because, again, the damage reduction.
Over.
move up a bit. And that's probably close enough.
No problem, boss.
And then finish off the last shock trooper. Wow, that was barely done, but since he went down, it is mission accomplished. And as you can see, by clearing the level in 3 rounds, we achieved an A ranking, got some decent bonuses for the ace, leaders, and tanks. Healthy chunk of XP and ducats. And for taking out that ace, we get a new shock trooper toy, the VP FW2G flamethrower. This is the best one in the game, so I would recommend putting it on whatever unit shock trooper that is that you use the most, because it does a lot more damage than the 1G and really a lot of damage more than the basic one that you have at this point. And that is how you beat the second report, the Rosie one, War Without Weapons. And after you watch the videos following the mission, if you go to your squad barracks and check out Rosie, you will see that now her 4th personal potential is unlocked, Song of Peace. This one, anytime she's around Darksons, well, not anytime, but sometimes when she's around Darksons, she basically gets a boost to all of her stats. So it's really good when it actually happens, but it is kind of rare.